People running the type 6 pattern tend to embody the best about what it means to be wide open and curious about the world. They love the awesomeness of this experience that it is to be alive. And they love to investigate that, to know that. And while on the one hand, sixes can be very philosophical, on the other hand, and by the way, sixes love on the one hand, and on the other hand, they tend to be very practical, very sensible. They tend to know what's a way of keeping safe in the world, know what the hazards are in the world, and know how to prevent harm. And related to this is the six's ability to form bonds. The sixes can be the backbone of communities and institutions and organizations. They know how to work hard on behalf of an organization, especially one that they believe in. They can work hard on behalf of a tribe, a family, a country. And sixes related to this tend to be very loyal. When you've made a friend with a six and the six has come to trust you and put their trust in you, they're very, very serious about that bond, and you've essentially made a friend for life. Now, all of these qualities also get the six into trouble, because it's that looking for hazards, it's that focus of attention on what might go wrong, troubleshooting all of the potential problems in the world that leads the six into a sense of questioning and doubting and challenging, particularly challenging and doubting authority. And so sixes oppose wise authority, not only in other people, but within themselves. Authority is related to power, and sixes really mistrust that power is going to be used wisely and fairly. And because of all of that mistrust, there's a sort of suspicion and an automatic investigation of any use of authority, which is in effect any coming forward. And as I said, all of this doubting ends up sweeping up the six's own authority. The six doubts their authority out of existence, so that any assertion gets so questioned and so destroyed, in effect, that the six is left vacant of any kind of authority. And sixes then tend to attach to an external authority, a system, a belief, an ideology, a group, in order to guide the six, tell them what to do. Sixes tend to actually like to talk to a lot of people about what they should do in life, and yet then continue to question that authority. So sixes end up in a very ambivalent relationship with external authority. All of this is related to not fully coming into being, not taking responsibility. Unlike the type 3, who's all about coming into being, so much so that they're fabricating being in order to get that sense of being, sixes are about craving non-being, about craving not coming into being. They don't want to be the target of attention. Becoming a target risks being harmed. It risks being annihilated, risks death. And so sixes empty themselves of any sense of being. And it's this sense of emptying being that leads also to a paralysis in the six. Because what sixes are doing is they're emptying or they're opposing their ability to respond to life. By not coming forward in any way, by failing to take responsibility, they lose their ability to respond. Sixes get paralyzed with what is in effect fear. It's about anxiety. It's about not living life fully in the attempt to secure life, in the attempt to make life safe. So by emptying life of risks, sixes are emptying life of true coming into full being and true participation in life, coming into their full potential. Sixes also end up blaming themselves and other people. They blame themselves in this sweeping investigation into potential misuse of authority. Sixes really doubt their own use of authority and power, and they can actually sort of get angry at somebody and then doubt the fact that they should have been angry. So there's that sense of blaming the self. But sixes also blame other people. Sixes actually tend to not want to be blamed. To be blamed is to be targeted. And so in conjunction with abdicating their responsibility, abdicating their authority, giving it to somebody else, they then can be in a position to blame that person for whatever goes wrong. And it turns out whatever goes wrong includes all of the six's own faults, which the six ends up projecting on the other person and then blaming them for it, scapegoating them for all of those things that the six finds fault within themselves. And so the sixes remind us not to take life at face value. that there is something very important about testing power, and that's a very key function to the wise use of power. But also sixes remind us to go deeper into life, go deeper into life's questions, and to, as a result, have a kind of open-mindedness, a kind of receptivity to whatever life is bringing, whatever curiosity is arising. It's that openness that keeps things fresh, and it's that openness which allows us to see how incredibly magnificent, how incredibly awe-inspiring life really is.